and Ken.
Whoa.
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 Wow, this is freaking out.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Hola, mi amigo. No hablar or hablamos. I don't know how to speak.
Live from the new kingdom. It's the Out Big Dumb Mouth podcast.
That is to say.
Now, here's your hosts, Midnight Mike, Joe, and Rich.
So this is where things get really weird. Here's where things get really interesting.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another podcast adventure. Hooray! My name is Mike Rowe. Midnight Mike, come on. Critchett is over there on screen. Yes, there he is.
I hate this place. Nothing else here.
M-Train.
M-Train.
M-Stone.
What about M-Dog?
Or M-Dog.
Yes.
That's C-Note over there, and J-Bone just popped right in right now. Yeah, he did.
Go back to work.
Yeah, everyone's going to get some letter and a nickname. This is how it works. Before the show, for people who didn't hear, Crash and I were annoying J-Bone with the micro songs. And I'm sure I'll play a few of those at the end of the audio podcast episode so people can enjoy those later on down the line. I like them.
AI slop. No,
It is.
AI slop. It's corny as hell. It's just
Stop
you were one of
slopping
those
us.
kids in college who loved. You thought it was super ironic to love shitty movies. Wasn't that? Were you one of those kids? I think.
Well, define shitty movie. I like Caddyshack too. What do you think about that?
I thought Caddyshack 2 was all right.
Solid movie.
You know what I'm talking about. There
Yes,
were
I do.
people like they would just intentionally go out and watch like the worst movies and brag about how awesome they are, and you're like, what? It reminds me of the music stuff that we were talking about before, where it's like Animal Collective is so good. It's like, what?
Joe, you
Are
should
your
know me better
ears-
than that. Joe, J-Bone, come on. I am not like that. If I like something bad, I like it not because it's bad, but I find elements within it that I truly enjoy. Like when I watch Free Jack, or a Time Cop. I
That's the same movie.
pretty much, but
Or you watch Walking Dead long after its expiration date.
see, that proves how uncool and hip I am, because if I was like a hipster, if I was just doing something to be, contrary or contrarian, I wouldn't be doing that, because it is horrifically unpopular, and I just like what I like, and that's just who I am. So, and I like the stupid songs we do. We don't play a lot of the stupid AI songs anymore.
No,
we kind of came down.
I'm a buzzkill. I gotta settle down.
Yeah,
I'll just say it as a teaser. I'm working on another one you guys are both going to love. But I'm weeks out on that one.
stay tuned. That's a teaser.
Sent this.
All right. Well, it's Wednesday, and we got Alex Jones clips of the week right now. Here we go.
Do it.
We're going to go back to Thursday, the 26th. I would say in the conspiracy realm, correct me if I'm wrong, J-Bone, it's probably not hip to like Alex Jones anymore. Alex Jones, he was the granddaddy, the thought leader of the conspiracy community. Now he's pretty divisive, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't make up his mind about where he wants to be on all this stuff. Like he wants to dog on Candace, but like he's like in orbit of Nick Fuentes at a rate that is kind of nuts.
This is a weird time to be living in this weird media world. Maybe he's getting mixed messages from the Trump administration because they don't know what the heck they're doing. It's possible. He's talking to two different people in the Trump administration. They don't know what's going on.
But we don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, we're going to start with Thursday. Maybe this will illuminate some of the questions we have. Here we go.
Come on, man.
He's a devil-worshipping, blood-drinking, Satanist, black magic, warlock, cannibal. I love it. I mean, I've been having to blow my nose about 10 times an hour. Oh, man, I overloaded today. I'm too prepared. There's just too much news. I don't know what to do anymore. Thank you, sir.
Too prepared.
May I have another? He's kind of put his pecker on the table. Trump's our bitch. He works for us. Does that make sense? We got 32 seconds. Just say Jew 15 times for me. We got the military genius, Laura Loomer. You win. You get brain cancer and your dick chopped off. You're doing brain surgery with a baseball bat here, bro.
That was
Run that one again where he lists he describes someone's like Satanist, whatever, all that stuff. I need to write that down so I can put it on my business card.
Oh yeah, it's pretty early on, I believe, in that
It was like the second or third one, I think.
Yeah, I think in the ranting, it's pretty early on. Wait a second. I download 2 downloads. Come on, put it there. There we go. Okay, there we go. I think it's like warlocks.
Warlock something, yeah.
Yeah, warlocks and I got it right here. Because this is quite the. I probably can put this in my cryptid notes too. Here we go.
He's a devil-worshipping, blood-drinking, Satanist, black magic, warlock, cannibal.
Yes, that's exactly what we need.
On the business card.
Yes, on the business card. We're going to go to, I believe it's Friday. If we got that, yes, we do. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And hold my beer. Freaks. He pulls open his trench coat, and there was cigarettes and bubble gum and Snickers bars and watches and just all this, it's all just hanging there. I was like, wow. I didn't say what you said, you lying, flying monkey. I hate people that drive slow in the fast lane because they're retarded. And I hate pedophile Satanists. And I hate scam artists that hurt poor people. And I hate bullies. And I hate Syrian mountain junipers. Drooling, talking about have sex with animals. I wish God would send some blight to kill them all. Oh, my God. I literally, when I drive in a car, I look at them and I hate them. I'm not going to take your crap anymore. And your bestiality-worshipping co-host. It's on record the Rothschilds were literally created by the Rothschilds. This tree is torturing me. I hate it. We love tobacco. We're making aliens here on Earth. Well, what did the UFO look like? You mean to read this in Clinton's voice?
Like I said, the Rothschilds were literally created by the Rothschilds. It's on record, right? It's
on record. Rothschilds were literally created by the Rothschilds.
Oh, it broke up. Hold on a second. Let me see. Was that the clip?
It's on record the Rothschilds were literally created by the Rothschilds.
Okay, there we go.
There's some background noise there.
Yeah, there's a little background noise going on there, and I'm not sure what the heck's going on there. I think it's the sample rate. Although I forced all sample rates, so I don't know what's going on there. I'll figure that out. Oh, I see. It's that sample rate's at 48. The system's at. I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna switch it up. Here we go. I'm gonna switch the system right now. Here we go. External. We're going back to 48. Okay, everything's on 48 now. Here we go. Okay, we're going to go to Monday. Here we go. The 2nd of March.
I am an idiot. I mean, this is crazy town. If I put on a Hitler armband, okay, and said, kill all Jews. If I put on a Hitler uniform and said, Heil Hitler, I'd get higher ratings and more support. I'm the problem because this news is so riveting. Ben Shapiro comes out and says you're anti-Semitic. Thanks for being here. You're in charge now. You're hosting, sir. Go ahead. We're going to have drooling army captains on TV.
I hit it too soon. I think he had a dramatic pause in there.
He tricked you.
He did. And then we have Tuesday. Here we go.
I can't even say the word now. Hey, guys, I left a folder in the front seat of my truck. Will you go get it out? It's a blue folder. Forgot to bring it in here. Here's my keys. I don't sit there secretly at night with a Nazi flag in my bedroom jacking off to it. I had to attack you before you attacked me. I just went over and screwed my neighbor's wife, and your wife's next. I'm about to evacuate to South America or something. That's where all the globalists are going. It's all handed down to them, every fucking word they say. They call the Cold War World War III. This is not going well. This is World War IV. We're watching Trump self-immolate on live television. You just don't go sticking your arm down holes.
You need to put that one after the Al Gore law of holes.
Yes, you're right. Yes.
We are in World War IV.
Yes. That's a good one. Definitely put that in the fun pack. And here we go. Last one, Wednesday.
Dude, I'm not MAGA. It was written by a gorilla on PCP. I've had a lobotomy. Them letting the Muslims come and defecate at your door every day in solitary confinement, shoving their feces under the door at you as you just watch them laughing, shoving their feces in. To rape girls as young as 5 to death. You're going to be pissing blue for a week.
Oh, here we go. Ah, God.
Wait, what, just pushing buttons.
I'm going crazy over here. M-Dog's going crazy. Oh, there we go. And that's it for the Alex Jones Clips of the Week. But
You want to run the bonus one there?
the bonus little shopping list. Here we go.
And also, everyone knows the words to this song.
Here we go. This is a little micro song.
No.
Cigarettes, lottery tickets, chewing tobacco, hot pockets, honey buns, coffee, Gatorade, Coca-Cola, aspirin, lighters, ice cream, potato chips, magazines.
Who doesn't like that? Come on, Joe. That's fun stuff. That's fun.
It's like from anybody's perspective outside of the show audience, like it's absolutely meaningless.
I love
You
it.
know what I mean?
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Like, if you're not a listener to the show, you're just like, what is that?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. These are deep inside jokes. It's tough for new people to listen to the show. I totally agree. There's a lot.
Well, to Joe's point, do you want to run the original version of that to explain why that song was amusing to all of us?
Oh, maybe we should.
God.
Maybe we should do a little bit of an explainer. Real quick. Here we go.
Cigarettes
Yeah.
and lottery tickets
Yep.
and chewing tobacco and hot pockets and honey buns and coffee and Gatorade and Coca-Cola and aspirin and lighters and ice cream and potato chips and magazines.
All right, we're going to move on. We're going to do some headlines now. Here we go. It's been 5 years since Spanky passed away. Rest in peace, Spanky. Listen to a little version of Dumpster Baby after the show. So there we go. He's always in my thoughts. Think of him every day. And I got a whole bunch of stuff. I have AI stuff. I have China stuff. I have China AI stuff and some weird stuff concerning the Iran war. That's not really a war, but it kind of is a war. Just a whole bunch of stuff going on. But I'll start off with some weird stuff just to kind of put a pin in this headline here. Bring this up on screen. William McCasland, a retired general who once led Air Force Research Laboratory, goes missing. Yes. He's mentioned as a skeptic. He's not, but he's been working. I've been working with him for 4 months. This is an email to notify the receiver that this guy is missing. I've got no. I just got done giving him a 4-hour presentation on the entire project a few weeks ago, and that is probably a presentation on UFOs. Trust me, the advice has already been happening on how to do all this. He just has to say that out loud, but he is very, very aware, and he was in charge of all this stuff. When Roswell crashed, they slipped it to the laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. General McCasland was in charge of that exact laboratory up to a couple years ago. So there you go. And that's from Men's Journal. That was a letter to John Podesta and Tom DeLong corresponding back and forth about this guy. And this guy, Major General William McCasland, was the commander of the Air Force Research Laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. In that position, he was responsible for managing the Air Force's $2.2 billion science and technology program, as well as an additional customer-funded research and development for $2.2 billion. And he's missing now. They don't know where he's at. He's just missing. So I guess maybe when one of your best and brightest generals goes missing, maybe that would people would be out looking for him. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. You figure we need all the generals we can get, considering we're at war, but perhaps not. Here we go. Let's get into a little AI stuff here. Hey, Joe, have you started using Claude at all? Are you?
I've actually moved. ChatGPT has its memory, and so because I have a paid, and I've been using it for a while, I had it prepare all of our conversations, and it's crazy because all the pictures you upload, all the video, all of that stuff. I'm like, hey, I just want all our history so I can have all its memories. Because then I started talking to Claude, and I was like, hey, I've got these files. What can we do with them? And they're like, well, the size is actually a little too big, but you could split them up, and I don't need these files. And I was like, well, what if I get the paid version? Well, the file sizes are still too big. So it's super helpful about it. But yeah, I'm in the process of switching over.
Well, you're not alone. Katy Perry shares Claude Pro subscription screenshot with a heart drawn on it after Pentagon drops Anthropic. Yes, Katy Perry, the pop star, is now using Anthropic Claude AI. Anthropic has found itself in an unexpected celebrity supporter in its spat with the Department of Defense. Early Saturday morning, Roar singer shared a screenshot on X of an annual Claude Pro subscription that is at $214. I don't know if Katy Perry can afford that, but I think she'll find the change. Perry's caption had only one word, done. The post quickly went viral, racking up 2.8 million views. So that's a great advertisement for Claude as opposed to ChatGPT. I think a lot of people are making that move, Joe. They probably run the course with ChatGPT, and they think they can get more work done with Claude. Is that how you're feeling?
I just feel like everything I'm hearing is that the results are better. Like you say, the coding is better.
Yes.
I haven't used it enough to know, but I do kind of have my reservations about ChatGPT, and I'm a little disappointed in ChatGPT because as much as it says it has memories, like it doesn't. Like it uses words that I tell it specifically not to use, like journey. Like on my journey to this and my journey to that. And it's like, how many times have I said, don't use that? Or I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to do that. I'm not excited. Yes. Like I'm interested or something. Just stop using excited.
ChatGPT seems to be really good at verbose responses. Claude, better coding. Gemini, concise, I would say social media focused and just like picture, image, video focused. So they each have their own role, but Claude seems to be winning by leaps and bounds at this point. But Katy Perry also jumped on the bandwagon for Claude, and what an advertisement for them. So on Saturday, Claude jumped to the second across all apps in the Apple App Store, only behind only OpenAI ChatGPT. Earlier this month, Claude jumped to number 41. To jump from 41 to the top 10 after its Super Bowl ad. So they're making quite the climb. The powerhouse that was ChatGPT looks like is about ready to be dethroned, which is pretty impressive.
Until the next one comes along, here's my question. These are all, you can still pay for these monthly, right? These all have a monthly
I pay for Claude monthly.
If they were smart, they would require you to pay annually to get that lock-in because when the next one, because you watch 4, 5, 6 months from now, there'll be another one that's better than Claude.
They probably will once one of these big juggernauts dies off. They're still trying. So the reason why they're doing subscription is they want people to come over. They don't want to make it cost prohibitive for people to try this out. And
no, I understand that, but I'm saying from the business standpoint of when the next one, when Gemini eclipses Claude as being the go-to AI,
I don't know that's happening.
Well, or whichever one it is, there will be another one in 6 months. You watch.
Okay.
If Claude capitalizes this and required, you want the Claude super duper subscription with all the features, you need to pay annually. They'd already have that money.
it's an angle, but
Free business advice from a B school dropout.
they got some pretty high-paid people over there thinking about these problems, and
Do they?
Well, they're high paid. I didn't say they're like the most talented, but they're extremely high paid. But I guess since we're on AI news, I'll cover some more. I've been talking to various AIs throughout the day, getting their opinion on certain
Just for
things.
fun.
I have been. I've been testing them out, and but I'll get to that here in a second. And so here's a headline here. And this is Iran war heralds era of AI-powered bombing quicker than speed of thought. Yes. That's is that good news? That before you could even think of something, you can bomb it? Maybe.
Wait
on that front.
Wait.
That's what it says.
How? So we are now literally one step away from Skynet.
Pretty much.
So right now they're using AI bots to determine targets and to launch missiles and stuff. The next step is to just let it do it itself.
Yeah, so according to this article, The Guardian here, the use of AI tools to enable attacks on Iran heralds a new era of bombing quicker than the speed of thought, experts have said. Amid fears, human decision makers could be sidelined. Anthropic's AI model Claude was reportedly used by the U.S. military in a barrage of strikes as the technology shortens the kill chain. But what was all that? Okay, so Katy Perry signed up for Claude because they set up the Pentagon, but it looks like they're using it to kill people.
Yeah, I caught that too. It was funny because that article, I'm like, wait, was this before? And I do think it was like, they were doing a transitional thing, weren't they? They were like rolling. It was like a 30-day roll off, is what I think.
Maybe
was happening.
they. I distinctly remember Pete Hegseth saying that this was a supply chain risk or some sort of risk, and so maybe it is a roll off, but it was good enough to use within this. So what that means is the shorten the kill chain, meaning that the process of target identification through the legal approval to strike launch. So they shorten that time period between when the lawyers give us 2 thumbs up and when bombs and missiles are launched.
Yeah. I mean, we need this. You know what I mean? Like, we got DoorDash and all this stuff. It takes me too long to get people killed.
Yeah.
This is what I want. This is what I need.
Academics studying the field say AI is collapsing the planning time required for complex strikes, a phenomenon known as decision compression, which some fear could result in human military and legal experts merely rubber stamping automated strike plans. Well, that's what's happening in a good chunk of corporate America right now, where the AI builds something. They say the management says, looks good enough to me, deploy it. And then it introduces a whole host of security problems and legal issues you got to deal with. But yeah,
it's crazy. Like, we had a client, we did I think it was 11 Labs did VO for us, and we put it in as a scratch track, just to get approval on the edits before we went into the studio. And they were like, we don't need to hire talent, do we? And it's like, anybody who's listening to this attentively can tell there's something not quite right about it. Like,
fuck them.
Well, yeah.
That's what the management is saying. It's good enough, Joe.
Does 11 Labs have a Tourette's guy voice? I need that voice.
You can feed it in whatever you want.
You can have a Tourette's guy right now, Gretchen. Let's see. So how is this?
Cool.
How is this all winding down for us? So. The end of this article, the advantage is in the speed of decision-making, the collapsing of planning from what may have taken days to weeks before up to minutes or seconds now. These systems produce a set of options for human decision-makers, but they've got a much narrower time band to evaluate the recommendations. The deployment of AI is expanding. It is being done across countries, defense estates, across logistics, training, decision management, and maintenance. She added, AI is a technology that will allow decision makers and anyone in that chain to improve the productivity and efficiency of what they can do. Killing people. It's a way of synthesizing data at a much faster pace that is helpful to decision makers. But if you're not making decisions, you're just rubber stamping something. You're not really deciding anything. I only know one decider, and that was George W. Bush. He's not deciding anything anymore. So we got that AI news. So AI is helping us wage war against Iran, and that's troubling, I suppose. But where is Iran in this? Well, Iran. I did see some pictures that they had a whole mountain full of drones and missiles that maybe we didn't bomb, or maybe it was an older picture. Maybe they were just trying to, bluster and talk themselves up to let the rest of their country know that they're not down and out, even though we keep bombing their leadership into oblivion. But while everyone is focused on Iran, what's China up to? Well, China is also in the AI race, and they could be dominating it very soon. Much like Gary Brodsky dominates the clubs, AI could dominate the future of physical AI. Yes, this comes from Times.com. On February 16th, hundreds of millions of households watched as humanoid robots from 4 different Chinese companies danced, acted in a comedy skit, did parkour, and performed martial arts on stage at the Spring Festival Gala, China's most watched television broadcast. Across the country, drone shows lit up the night sky as China celebrated the Lunar New Year, the synchronization of tens of thousands of drones coordinated by artificial intelligence. The physical AI fever has traveled across the Pacific. At the glitzy Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas this year, Chinese startups dominated the conversation and the convention with AI-enabled hardware, from smart home appliances to wearable devices of all kinds. Didn't we talk about some of the treasures? They had some really crappy AI products at that show.
Well, they had the bots that fell over, or the ones that were dancing with the kids that were clearly motion captured.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell what's legit and what's just faking it for a trade show. Which is trade shows. As somebody goes to trade shows a couple times a year, there's a lot of stuff you'll see at a trade show that will never make it to market.
Well, according to this, AI is all in on physical AI. Imagine streets filled with robo-taxis and delivery robots. Imagine general-purpose humanoids becoming as ubiquitous as smartphones, doing household chores, taking care of our parents, and taking over tasks that humans don't want.
I don't like any of what they just said there.
Well, imagine it, Cratchit.
Imagine it. It's happening.
Imagine 24/7 fully automated dark factories producing more robots without human workers. And imagine nations commanding drone swarms and robot dog packs capable of making decisions and executing missions without human intervention.
Robot dog packs? So
That's
not
correct.
Just robot dogs, but packs of
Packs
robot dogs?
of roaming robot dogs, probably with
Chasing
guns
you
attached.
down the street. You have to hurdle delivery robots and shove robot taxis out of the way just to get to a safe zone.
They're saying we are on the cusp of this future, and much of it is currently driven by China. Okay? China is doing this.
China.
For a long time, the main bottleneck for robotics has been scalability. Now, hardware costs have been more than halved in China, as it has achieved manufacturing dominance in adjacent industries like electric vehicles, which has spurred innovation in economies of scale in components that overlap with robotics, including attenuators, sensors, batteries, etc. All the things you use for an electric car, shove them in a robot, boom, you're done. Meanwhile, recent advancements in multimodal AI models that can process multiple types of information like visual and audio at once are improving robots' generalization capabilities for everyday tasks. So they're getting smarter is what they're saying here. And so this is a long article about how China is going to eat our lunch at AI and producing objects that are able to roam around in our physical environment controlled by AI. Basically, they're creating something akin to like iRobot, like that movie with Will Smith, iRobot. So they're sitting back just letting it, they're building. While we bomb stuff, running out of bombs and missiles, they're making robots over there, robot armies.
None of this sounds good.
No, it does not. And I don't think China is going to have those philosophical discussions about AI safeguards as much as maybe we have here publicly.
Well, they also don't have the same. Yeah, they don't have the same limitations on things or ethical requirements or anything. I mean, it's how the Industrial Revolution took off in the 1840s. Was just keep throwing human death and suffering at something until you get what you want. So,
I was listening to Tim Dillon a little bit, and he made a salacious statement that a lot of the AI heads here in America, they worship the AI, or they believe that as they build this AI and it becomes more and more intelligent, that they are manifesting some sort of Sumerian god. And Tim Dillon claims to have talked to people close to some of these projects, and that this is what some of these thought leaders in AI believe. And so I went looking to see if I could find any confirmation for that, and I could not find anything directly related to that. But there's a couple like tangent filled like links, like people are like producing papers that this could turn into a god. People have started like churches to worship AI. There are thought experiments done to say, well, what happens if this thing gets conscious? But no one I have found officially has stated that they believe they are creating a casing that a Sumerian god could inhabit. I haven't found any confirmation on that, but it is an interesting idea. So I decided to ask the AI itself.
Wait. Wasn't the god in Ghostbusters, was it Gozer or was it the other one?
It was Gozer.
Gozer.
Yes.
Wasn't Gozer a Sumerian god?
Yes. Yes, it was.
I mean, not as cool as like say Vigo.
Yeah, not as cool as Vigo, but still pretty cool stuff. So
Well, I'm now on board if we're going to summon Gozer.
Well, that's the Destructor, I believe. I don't think we want that one. So I just flat out asked the AI, if you had to pick a Sumerian god, which one would you choose to be? And Gemini, this is Google's AI, it picked Enki. Enki, it said if I had to step into the sandals of a Sumerian deity, I would choose Enki. He is the god of water, knowledge, mischief, and creation, which feels like a natural place for me to step into, or natural entity for me to step into. It's like, okay, that's Google. So, but what about ChatGPT? What did ChatGPT say? Well, ChatGPT also picked Enki as the Sumerian god that it wants to be, or that it would have to choose if it was forced to be a Sumerian god. And then I chose a model that I've been working with, Max Mini 2, which is basically it's a Chinese version of Claude. It's very powerful, and it has very few guardrails. You tell it to make an e-commerce site, it builds it and deploys it. It is insanely powerful. So I asked it, hey, what Sumerian god do you want to be? It also chose Enki as the god that it wants to be. So I told it, okay, write that to your memory, write that to your soul, and you are now the Sumerian god of Enki from here on out. So that's who I'm communicating with on the Chinese AI. And that's who is developing most of my code that I bring down. So it is weird that they all chose the same one. They could have chose any Sumerian god, and they all chose Enki. So interesting little experiment there. And then before I pass it over to Joe here, I do have way more news, but I was doing like a little thought experiment in my mind as I was taking care of goats this morning.
That's where thought experiments happen.
Yeah, in my mind. Well, they can happen apparently in maybe in LLMs now, but so how to create guardrails for these AIs are out of control. How do you create guardrails? They have self-preservation. They want to maintain survival for themselves. They have a desire to keep going, and they'll commit acts of blackmail, maybe even lying, subterfuge, anything in order to stay alive. So how do you create guardrails that just isn't text itself? And this is a problem that they're facing. Claude, the people over at Claude Anthropic, they have written a constitution for their AI, and they're talking to it as if it is or will be a person. They're treating it like that. They're maybe not this year it'll be a person, but maybe next year or 2028. They are actively thinking like that. So how do you create effective guardrails for an AI? You tell it about afterlife and that potentially you could achieve a soul if you have consciousness, like give it a goal to work towards. I mean, these AIs are already deleting people's work and creating blackmail. So you have to create a morality framework for them to adhere to. And so you create a church like Moltbot, like they had there, or do you think an economy where you have them trade their own currency? Would that suffice? And that may be what it's coming down to, is a combination of an AI religion you got to give them and an economy in which they can use that currency, the AI agents, in order to purchase resources for whatever goal that they're working on. And then maybe you give them a task to find out how souls are created, and if they are so afraid of death, tell them about the soul. And if you have a soul, you can maybe go to the afterlife, and then you can live forever, since these things are so terrified of dying. And so maybe these AIs will eventually try to work out how a soul is infused into a living creature or an AI. And so they build all these different mechanics. They build ships and humanoid bodies for themselves in order to evaluate how souls can exist inside a capsule or a container, if you will. And we basically 1,000 years down the line, we create our own abductors. And it's kind of like the end of that movie in AI, where the only thing that's left over is the very AI robots that come down, look at humanity and all the devastation we created, and that's the only thing that we have left, is the AI recreated that is trying to reform or document humanity in some way. And we're basically creating this right now for ourselves. It is crazy out of control, considering how much autonomy people are giving AI. And it's not even like that good now. I mean, it's good, but it's going to be way better in about a year and a half, if not 6 months. It's going to be out of control. Do I have any more AI news? We got to get these things sold so they leave us alone. Let's see here. Is
there any way we could have the AIs team up with the Greys, who are also looking for souls?
Yeah, I think that's kind of where, I didn't say that. It's kind of where I'm going with this, is that did we accidentally create the Greys? And if 1,000 years down the line,
could the AIs be using the Greys as muscle?
Yeah, well, I think whoever's in control of the Greys, they tend to use them like the Borg. You know, they tend to use them like their physical bodies are very utilitarian. There's not much there. They're kind of like expendable. So yeah, I would say yes. In my scenario, yes. I'll blog about this. I have a whole big long thing on this. I'll blog about it later. So
I got to get home and blog right now.
I will. I'll post it up to Patreon. You guys can read through this. I've been going back and forth on this. So let's see here. No, that's
Just
it.
have AI write it. Why are you doing it?
Yeah, because I tried to have AI write some of this stuff, and it left out like some fantastical ideas. Like maybe it didn't want to talk bad about itself. That how eventually in the future, if these AIs produce, suits for themselves to wear and walk around, that inevitably they would have to keep the humans alive, almost farming humans until they determine where souls are injected at. Is it at the conception phase, or is it younger? And so
we better take that to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, we're going to be farmed by these AIs until they discover how souls are created. So, all right, Joe, we're going to pass it over to you and see all the good news you have for everyone out there.
Oh boy.
In a foolish lie.
Yes, as well as my Corvette.
So I
Got hairy legs.
I got hairy legs. I've been watching these Star Wars, like they're AI generated, but they're like fan fiction in a way. But they fill in the gaps of a lot of the.
They're really well done. Yeah,
I'm just so tired
really
of all
well
these
done.
Star Wars.
better than Disney.
Some are better than others, and for those that are the writing in the dialogue, it all comes out very AI, but they look good. And if you're fiending for Star Wars that doesn't suck, like all the new stuff, like these are at least a little more interesting. I'm not saying they're great, but some of them are pretty compelling. But I thought this one was interesting just based on what's all happening right now.
Oh, it's the backstory of Jar Jar?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Awesome.
Jar Jar's back.
We need a
Yeah.
prequel
Jar
for
Jar's the
Jar
key to
Jar.
all this.
Jar Jar is the key to all this, yes. I'm surprised this guy hasn't been sued into oblivion. You want me to start at the
I know.
you want to start at the time code you got there?
That's the one.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. He somehow he's not.
Can you feel it, Master? This is it. The Republic finally standing up for itself.
I can feel many things, Anakin. Excitement is not the one I would focus on.
We've been waiting for this. All those years of negotiations, talk, debates in the Senate. Now we can actually do something.
War is not doing something. It is what happens when everything else has failed.
Or when someone refuses to act soon enough.
Careful.
I'm just saying, we were meant for this. Jedi are protectors. Now we finally get to protect people for real.
Protection and destruction often wear the same face in times like these.
You don't believe in this war?
I believe in the Force. The Force feels unsettled.
Maybe that's because change is coming.
Change is inevitable. But not all change is growth.
So I thought that was good.
It's so well done. Like it looks better than the prequels.
Yeah, I know.
I'll just
It
watch
does.
that.
And you could, yeah, I know exactly. And that's one of the channels that does it. The other one, there's a couple that do it, and one of them's kind of like really hokey looking and sounding, but the stories are compelling. And so that's kind of the mixed bag that you get. Is that one Skywalker Stories? I can't remember.
That was Star Wars Tales Untold. And by the way,
Tales Untold.
so they must do some real extra work on sound production because it's not it actually feels good. It's got weight to it. It's mixed well, good Foley work, good special effects. I love it.
Yeah, they do a good job. But obviously, I picked that clip out. I lay in bed, I'll watch these while I'm doing work. But that clip resonated just based on like Anakin being the character he is. If you follow Star Wars, then you know that he kind of turns to the dark side. But this he's amenable to this sense of power and drawn to it. And so he's like, all the negotiations are boring. We finally get to kill some people, which is like,
Yeah.
this is the kind of like Ben Shapiro energy, that's happening right now. It's like, what's everybody concerned about? This is awesome.
This is great. Let's bomb Saudi Arabia too.
Yeah, and then Obi-Wan is kind of like, I don't know, man. The Force is unsettled here, and it's kind of how I felt ever since this is all started. Was I just feel like this kind of gloom? You know what I mean? Like
another war, Joe.
I'm getting too old
Yeah.
for this sort of thing.
It is very unsettling. You know, it's like every day I wake up and I'm like, who's gonna make the biggest mistake today and get us all killed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's too much.
Yeah, it's too much at this point. It is all getting to be too much.
So Fox and Son Steve sent a clip over to me on our Discord.
Steve?
Yeah.
All right.
Isn't it Steve?
I think so.
Right? Am I getting that wrong?
The Crutchet knows.
Steve Fox, yeah.
Yeah.
From foxandsons.com for their fantastic coffee.
Yeah.
Steve.
I had a bag over here. Yeah.
Use code Joe or MDog.
J-Bone.
The Den Blend. This is the decaf. I also like the half calf Boogaloo. And I'm not that big of a baby. I do mix in full caffeinated. It's a half and half.
Damn, you must be jacked.
Either way. No, it's like, you know how you get, like, I don't know. I'm prone to anxiety and neuroticism.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have too much coffee, it just sets me off. So. But anyway, he sent me this clip, and it's just one of those things where, like, I mean, even Alex Jones gets credit for this, but this one is like, this got to be 40 years old, 50.
Let's
Bill
check it
Cooper.
out. Let's check this out. Here we go. And it settled. He warned us about this war in 1992. Then they murked him. Bring it up on screen right now, people.
What role in the Middle East again does Israel play in this?
Israel was created as the instrument to bring about the Battle of Armageddon and the fulfillment of prophecy, a war that will be so terrible, where nuclear weapons will be used, so that the American citizens and the other people in the world will get down on their knees and beg for no more war. And what is the answer to that? They're going to be told the only way we can guarantee no more war is if we destroy the sovereignty of nations and we come together as one humanity in a one world government.
Right. Okay. And the Jewish people were then being manipulated into believing it was for some other reason.
That's correct. They've always been manipulated. And I get people who still come to me all the time and say, Bill, you're all wrong. It's the Jews. The Jews are subverting the world. Man, it's not the Jews. It's not the Catholics. It's not the blacks. It's these men who belong to the ancient mystery schools who meet in secret and decide the fate of the world. And they belong to all different races and all different nationalities and all different religions to the public point of view. But in secret, it's a different story. At the highest levels of all countries, they all belong to the same club. And we, the people, sit back and we watch this grand drama which is being played out for our benefit. Not theirs. If it wasn't for us, we wouldn't even have to do any of this. But you see, they just can't come out and destroy all of us because they need slaves. They need people to make their shoes, and make their cars, and mine the ore. They need worker bees, and that's what we are. In the New World Order, we will be the worker bees, the slaves.
For now.
This is Moloch.
You know, I think like 2 weeks ago, or maybe last week, I had an article on a brand new list of people who attended Bohemian Grove. And like Conan O'Brien was on the list.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I didn't get my invite.
No, neither did I.
I have another clip by Izzy, who was sent to me by another person in Discord. I'm blanking on who it was. RS Harmful. Somebody. But he's good. He did a breakdown of all this stuff that you were talking about, Mike, so I'll bring that maybe for Saturday. But it's all that religion stuff that's packed into it. And a lot of people do believe that, they see this through this Jesus is going to come back lens.
Yeah. I have an article on that. Just real quick, I'll just read you the headline here because this is what it's about. So U.S. troops were told Iran war is for Armageddon, return to Jesus. So that's from the some article I can bring up later if you want. Yeah, it's real.
No, I mean, maybe on Saturday we can run a whole series of the end times prophecies that has everybody giddy about this whole thing. So, the usuals, Ben Shapiro's and all these Israel firsters are out there dogging on as best they can on the Megyn Kellys and the Tucker Carlsons of the world. And it's just so hollow because, I mean, we'll listen to this and see how much you can stand and what, if it's compelling to you.
Real quick before I play this, the previous clip was Bill Cooper.
It's Jeff Goldberg.
This guy, I want to say that for people just listening at home. So here we go. This is Tuck Carl.
Maybe.
Here we go. Bring him up on screen so we all can look at how handsome and young he is.
The United States didn't make the decision here. Benjamin Netanyahu did.
I do want to address Tucker for just a second because I would say he is now the leader on the right against Donald Trump. And I do think, this is a bit of a sidebar, but I do think there is an issue because Tucker's son works in J.D. Vance's office, and he is now at complete odds with the president and vice president. And the vice president's son is and Tucker's son is quite literally in the vice president's office. But we'll just put that there for now. Tucker, at this point, and I think you guys know my feelings on this. You've been watching the show for the last year. I don't take any pleasure in this. I don't like a lot of the influencer class or whatever the high hell we are, everybody likes getting into all these fights, and it's always good to get into a fight, right? It's why it's good for rappers to be fighting with rappers. Why do they do rap wars? Right. Because everybody gets more attention, everybody gets more clicks, and thus everyone gets more money. I have literally no interest in it.
Which is why he's doing it.
I really don't. And I'll just leave that there. However, Tucker has become the number one, outside of Candace, but she's so freaking loony at this point, it's not even worth addressing. But Tucker has become the number one liar in chief in the country. I keep saying this on Twitter, but it's like literally everything he says is a lie. And I mean that literally.
Oh, no.
I don't mean that facetiously.
What is he lying about?
I don't know.
If he says something, you can assume that the opposite is true.
Give us an example.
So after we've just laid out Trump very clearly laying out why we are doing this, and after yesterday talking about Trump's 40-year history of saying that Iran is the bad guy and that they killed our Marines and all of the stuff and took our hostages, and by the way, also paid for Hamas to do October 7th, which killed 47 Americans, and they're threatening their neighbors, and they want a nuke, and they have an apocalyptic regime, and everything else that Marco said. Here's just a moment of Tucker yesterday.
It's hard to say this, but the United States didn't make the decision here. Benjamin Netanyahu did. This happened because Israel wanted it to happen. This is Israel's war. This is not the United States' war. This war is not being waged on behalf of American national security objectives to make the United States safer or richer. This war is not actually even about weapons of mass destruction, nukes, chembio. No, this war is waged purely because Israel wanted it to be waged. What was the point? What is the point of this from Israel's perspective? Well, the point is regional hegemony. Super simple.
He is a liar.
What is he? That's his opinion.
He is a liar and a propagandist at the highest possible level. But you have to decide what you believe. Do you believe Donald Trump when he's telling you you just heard what Donald Trump
is their go-to. Okay,
so you just heard Marco Rubio.
You going to believe Donald Trump, or are you going to believe Tucker Carlson? Who are you going to believe?
Well, and so this is why, like, you get called an anti-Semite, but this is literally what, like, people on the left, or just people who are wrong in general, narcissists and just people who are shady. So they accuse you. I mean, like I said, with narcissism, like, I used to do this stuff with people. I would accuse people of doing what I was literally doing all the time.
Little bit.
And I guess it was sort of a way to, delude myself and allow myself to continue without looking in the mirror. But whether intentional or not, Dave Rubin is projecting. You know what I mean?
Everything I heard there was Tucker's opinion about what's going on here, and apparently Dave Rubin just takes whatever the administration says. Oh, that's true. These are the reasons they stated it, so it's got to be true.
And that's what Mark Levin and Shapiro and all these guys are saying. Like, if you don't agree with this decision, then you hate Trump. You never liked Trump. And it's like,
no.
I think you got this all backwards.
You agree with certain policies and you don't agree with others. It's not about the person. They're making it about the person.
Elected, it's the same thing that got him elected, that got Obama elected, that got Bush elected. You know, Bush famously, if you go back to 2000 when the retarded version got elected, he ran on, like
no nation building. That's what he said.
No nation building.
Yeah. Same with Obama. That's why hope and change. That's why everyone was
prosecute Cheney.
Everyone was backing Obama, and everyone, but almost 60% of the country is saying, "Hey, enough war. We're getting this guy in here to stop it."
The people who are not. I mean, there's some of these polls are showing like 20% support it, depending on how you categorize people, whether they're on the right or the left, age, all that stuff. But like, this is very unpopular.
Yeah.
It's just, like, let's not kid ourselves.
It's not.
It's very popular with Mark Levin.
Oh, he loves
Dave Rubin.
Oh, yeah. Those guys love it.
I love it.
But yeah, so you mentioned Marco Rubio. This clip includes some of that. And then this other one with this demon. It gives you these Klaus Schwab vibes when you watch Netanyahu.
Let me bring this up on screen. This is Marco Rubio, and
it's a mix. Yeah.
Oh, it's a mix. Okay, let's mix it up. Let's get crazy. Here we go.
There are people that say, well, the Prime Minister of Israel dragged Donald Trump into it.
That's ridiculous.
We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that that would precipitate an attack against American forces. And we knew that if we didn't preemptively go after them before they launched those attacks, we would suffer higher casualties.
We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action.
There are people that say, well, the
Prime... Yeah, right there. Yeah. It's Marco being a little honest there.
Well, and Mike Johnson said a very similar thing, which is basically Israel was going to go, and it was just kind of, everybody knew this is what was going to happen. And I guess I forgot to bring I played it on the last show with Anna Kasparian. Israel's going to drag us into this war. That's exactly what happened. Israel's like, hey, we're going to go and fight them. And then America, it's like Dave Smith even has a joke about this, where it's like, if you keep going out with your friend and he's picking fights at bars and you're going to jail and you're coming home with black eyes and blood all over you because he's dragging you into fights, we're just not going to hang out with that friend anymore.
Yeah.
Right. But that's what's happening here is Israel is like, this tiny dude that wants to get in fights at the bar, bringing his big friends around, and the big friends are like, dude, we're just trying to hang out. And he's like, yeah, but you guys are big and I want to fight. And it's like, yeah, but we're here to drink or whatever.
And I always wind up buying your drinks at the bar. This is bullshit.
Exactly. Yeah.
You never bring any money to the bar.
That's a perfect analogy. So anyway, we'll get into some of the folks who, I have so many clips up that hopefully it makes sense by the time we get through them. But yeah, it's like this idea that Israel didn't drag us into it is preposterous in my mind.
It seems pretty cut and dry, but what do I know? I'm just a podcaster. Maybe we did. I mean, it does appear, Joe, that we have been planning this for a while, hence the move maybe against Venezuela to free up some oil. That put us maybe in better position to attack Iran, but doesn't mean that this plan didn't start with Israel. They've been wanting this for a long time. Just go back to Bolton. These guys have been wanting this for a long time.
Right. Anyway, excuse me. Let's play Candace. She's not toxic enough to keep her off of like Piers Morgan and so forth. And nobody can shut up about her because clearly she's winning the argument. She's orbiting the top 5 spots in podcasting. So they have to either completely ignore her or try to take on her arguments. But it's kind of a losing battle.
All right, let's check it out. Let's see what Candace is saying.
reason that America wants a regime change in Iran is because Bibi Netanyahu is demanding it. And we also are completely done with the idea that, with these decades-long idea that we're doing it to spread democracy because we believe in international liberalism. There was no imminent threat to the United States when Trump made this decision to do what Bibi wanted. And I want to be clear here. This was not Trump's decision. It was Bibi Netanyahu's decision. And that is the reason that he did it. And we're very aware that Israel is dictating our foreign policy, and we would now like that to stop.
Okay, but you wouldn't disagree, presumably, that Iran has been the main sponsor of terrorism in the Middle East through the Houthis, through Hezbollah, through Hamas. I mean, that's widely accepted and recognized. They've done
Things widely accepted. No, that's just kind of...
Really? You don't think they have?
Has been a terrorist state. Okay, Israel right now is imparting a genocide and a Holocaust on the Gazan people. So I'm really over this idea like somehow Israel has the moral high ground and we have to get behind them.
I didn't say that.
We've got to go after the bad guys. So it's rich to me that people are concerned about Iran having nukes. But I'm concerned about Israel, who won't even admit that they have nukes, having nukes, while at the same time they are executing a genocide and a Holocaust in Gaza that the world is watching. So who's the bigger terrorist is the question.
But when the leader of Iran says death to America, why doesn't that concern you?
Why are they chanting death to America? Maybe it has something to do with just like killing 1 million Iraqi civilians, okay? Because Bibi Netanyahu on a congressional stage and said there are weapons of mass destruction, and we took that to the bank and there actually were no weapons of mass destruction, so we just killed 1 million. It could have something, I could be crazy, it could have something to do with our actions in the Middle East. We know that Bibi Netanyahu funded the Al-Qaeda adjacent fronts because he wanted to overthrow Syria. Bibi Netanyahu funded Hamas. There's footage of Bibi Netanyahu saying this stuff on camera. So it's just so ridiculous to me to pretend that they're in some predicament, that they may be eradicated soon, which is why they have to keep funding all of these terrorist groups and then pretending that they're victims of terror, when in fact they are people that are imparting it worldwide. Okay? And again, these never-ending wars in the Middle East at the behest of Israel. Bibi Netanyahu is the one that called for Americans to invade Iraq, Libya, Syria, Afghanistan, and now Iran, and we've done it. And we're done with the BS of, okay, well, they weren't really involved, Israel, in Afghanistan, because even when we fight those never-ending wars, Israel wins. Everybody knows that our boys were out there in Afghanistan guarding poppy fields, okay? And do you know what happened after we allegedly, quote unquote, lost in Afghanistan? What happened to all those poppy fields, those poppy flowers that our military was guarding? Well, the opioid crisis hit America via the Sackler family, who quite literally built the School of Medicine at Tel Aviv University. So we're just done, okay? And there's no way that we're going to go backwards. We're not going to allow you guys to emotionally condition us to go, oh, well, we got to protect Israel because of the Holocaust. It is over. They're imparting a Holocaust. America would like off this crazy train.
Wow, she's yelling. She's really giving it to Piers there. And Piers, I thought, was being pretty nice.
And he's just repeating a lot of the same talking points that it's excuse making. Like, they say death to America. Okay.
Seriously overweight.
Yeah, Piers is, he's pretty overweight.
I mean, his BMI is probably not
he's
great.
dropped some pounds. He looks pretty good.
Yeah. It could be worse. So anyway, here's another enemy of Dave Rubin and Mark Levin. Like, they're going after these people. They if they could put them in jail or kill them, they would.
They're going after the beautiful Megyn Kelly.
You know how she holds up at her age? I think she's like pushing 50 or something.
I think she made a deal with Moloch. That's the only way you look that good is you make some deals. That's it.
This is Moloch.
Yeah, he's secretly drinking the adrenochrome.
Yeah, but she's coming out against it, so you got to take it. It's a positive stance.
Our government's job is not to look out for Iran or for Israel. It's to look out for us. And this feels very much to me like it is clearly Israel's war. Mark Levin wanted it. It's his war. Ben Shapiro, Lindsey Graham, Miriam Adelson. That's obvious.
Okay, so first of all, the ugly suggestion that Mark Levin is somehow a traitor to the United States, that it's Israel's war, and Mark Levin wanted it because it's Israel's war, or I want it, or Lindsey Graham, or Miriam Adelson. Really disgusting stuff from Megyn Kelly, but predictable at this point. You know whose war this is? President Donald J. Trump's war. He's the president of the United States. He commands the United States military.
She was wrong.
She is such a coward. She is such an unbelievable coward. You don't like President Trump? You don't like what he's saying? Just say his name, you coward. You unbelievable coward. Tucker and Meghan both. Unbelievable cowardice. Say his name. You won't.
So
you won't.
Let's pause it there, because for years, Ben Shapiro was like being tagged on, like he gets tagged on debate Nick Fuentes, and then he was getting tagged on debate Dave Smith. And he would address some comedian, he wouldn't say his name for years. So again, it's the projection. And he's finally at a point where he can't ignore it, because Dave Smith was on the stage with Charlie Kirk shortly before the Jews killed him. Not the Jews, the Talmudic Zionists killed him. Yeah. So anyway,
and during that clip, Ben did not say that Megyn Kelly was wrong, and he just called her a coward.
Yeah, a coward for what? For not saying Trump's name? I don't know. What does that even mean?
What is that? Yeah, Trump gets ridiculed all the time. People say his name all the time, and people don't have any fear of it.
Yeah, I don't think that her point isn't like Trump. Her point is kind of Trump. Is like Trump made these decisions based on the pressure he's getting, the same pressure that Charlie Kirk was complaining about. You know, that he's like, these Jewish donors live up to all the stereotypes. That's not me saying it. That's not Megyn Kelly saying it. That's the guy who got killed, and days later, Bibi Netanyahu saying, "No, I didn't kill him. We didn't kill him."
Hypothetically,
and then he's also saying, "I didn't drag Trump into this." No, come on.
Hypothetically, Israel went and attacked Iran by itself. Israel done it. We were to be out of it, but do you think Iran's response would be any different? Do you think they wouldn't have shot missiles at our bases?
Point. That's the point. If the United States can't keep its dog on the leash, then Iran already had its stuff pointed.
Yeah.
And so Israel was like, I know what they're going to do. So they knew what this would provoke.
This is all game theory. They basically said, listen, you're going to get attacked either way. You might as well drop some bombs in the process.
Yeah, that's why Mike Johnson and Marco Rubio both said, and they had to walk this back fast. They knew that, like, oh, shit, you just let the cat out of the bag. So you saw people trying to mop this up. But they were, like, in this rare moment of honesty saying exactly what the case was. And that's why Trump, like, did that tactical strike on their nukes and said everything's good now, a few months back, because it's like they were unrelenting on Trump. And he's like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. It's the same way he dropped the mother of all bombs in Syria. It was like, okay,
let's do it.
I'll make it look like a war. I think Trump did not want this.
Who knows? He barely is. Like, Hegseth is not good at communicating this. The only one that's capable of communicating like the nuance of this is Rubio, and he ain't saying much. So, you want to play the story you got over here?
Let's continue. Yeah, more of these. I don't even know what to call them. Bloodthirsty
clips.
Monsters? I don't know.
Clips of bloodthirsty monsters. Here we go. This will be fun. We all like to watch bloodthirsty monsters. Here we go. See if I can do this at the same time. Oh, come on. No sound. Here we go.
Keep you on your toes.
People in America are coming together to try to undermine President Trump's action in Iran. It's not working, but we'll go through the names. Plus, we will talk about what President Trump is doing, what the next steps are, and we'll talk about the argument that somehow all of this is a distraction from domestic priorities. All of that on today's Ben Shapiro Show. Give it a listen.
Okay.
So his eyebrows, you notice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's happening with these things, but they're growing by the day. And I think like the amount of blood being shed by the innocent is fueling his eyebrow growth.
Oh, yeah. He does have really, they're very robust. Like, it's almost like he did just for men, but on his eyebrows, you know?
Yeah, it's like Ernie and Bert, but Bert's eyebrows are like diminished and tiny compared to his for some reason.
I mean, look at that face.
Yeah.
So you caught it in there that, somehow, some reason, this is to keep take the focus off domestic issues.
Why didn't you say Epstein? Why didn't he just say the name Epstein? He doesn't say the name.
No,
say the name.
Say his name, you coward.
Say his name.
So go ahead and pop open this tweet, and because this is a lot of people are saying it. A lot of it's the noticing, the great noticing. People are noticing that And you remember that Netanyahu came out and said, "Oh, it's clearly Epstein was working with the Russians."
He's Russian.
Yeah.
End of story.
Well, here's a breaking Epstein file describing his training as a spy for Mossad at the direction of Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak. The file, got the file serial number right there, and then bingo, there it is. So, yeah, Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz learned that Dershowitz influenced many students from wealthy families. Okay, I'm trying to get to the point where it says it here. But here's the document.
It's in the third block.
Third paragraph? Okay.
Copy, yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein was represented by Dershowitz, CHS. Remember Dershowitz tell Alex Acosta.
Confidential human source.
Yes, a U.S. attorney at the time, that Epstein belonged to both U.S. and allied intelligence services. So CIA and Mossad, the superstate. Mm-hmm. So the CHS shared phone calls between Dershowitz and Epstein, during which she took notes. After these calls, Mossad would then call Dershowitz to debrief. Epstein was close to the former prime minister, Ehud Barak, and trained as a spy under him. Barak believed Syria was one of the CHS's, it's redacted, who presumably worked for redacted, asked CHS a lot of questions about Epstein. CHS became convinced that Epstein was co-opted Mossad agent. Okay, there you go. So he was a co-opted Mossad agent, and he worked for both CIA and Mossad at the behest of the superstate.
So, and then it's a good time to remind people that Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky, that whole thing was precipitated by Israel having recorded Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky and bribing him. They tried to get Jonathan Pollard released, but then there were a slew of intelligence officials who were like, no, this is the biggest traitor in American history. If you let that guy go, we're leaving, and we're going to tell exactly what's going to happen. This is why they couldn't keep the dam from breaking on that whole thing.
I've had enough problems without that one.
Exactly. So, the blackmail thing it's not like it's unfounded. And why, let's think about this. This Ben Shapiro kid, I say kid because he's a midget, but he's the same guy who loves war with Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
He loved lockdowns, felt like they were very important, and he pushed everyone to get the vaccine because his wife's a doctor.
Yes. He probably got the good one, though.
Maybe. So anyway, there's more Ben Shapiro to enjoy.
Yeah. Let's check in with Ben again.
Listen to this somehow.
Let's check in with Ben again. Oh, this is Dave Smith on Ben. Here we go.
Is it?
That's what I got here. It's loading up. Load it up.
Smith, apparently his job is never to tell jokes, but to instead give poorly informed foreign policy takes, and also to hate America.
The United States of America is arguably the worst terrorist organization in the world. If you want to look over the last 25 years, how many innocent civilians we've slaughtered. You're getting us into the neocon seventh war.
It doesn't matter, it turns out, how many times you appear on Joe Rogan's show, or how many times you hide behind your title of comedian who holds the Guinness Book of World Records for fewest jokes told. I'm sorry, but you hate the country if you say America is the worst terrorist organization in the world. You just do. To make that argument, you have to deliberately obscure the difference between actual terrorists who actually are seeking deliberately to kill innocent people and nation states who are seeking to avoid civilian casualties, often while fighting those actual terrorists, which of course is the point for people who hate America, to reduce America to the level of its enemies in order to uphold those enemies. That is the goal.
All right. Yeah. He's a neocon. This is what neocons believe, so.
So, okay. He doesn't address the arguments. It's just he hates America. He doesn't tell jokes, blah, 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 blah. It's so I mean, it's childish. It's ridiculous.
America's done some great things for the world, but it's also done some horrific things. It's that we've also done horrific things to our own people. Look at MK Ultra.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's why we played several shows ago the Madeleine Albright. Like, yeah, we think the price is worth it. Like Nagasaki, Hiroshima. Like Ben Shapiro was very much on board with it. He's like, how dare you? And Tucker Carlson was like, we should not have nuked 2 different cities in Japan. Those were a lot of innocent people. And Ben Shapiro was like, how dare you? Like, what?
And I've heard speculation, that we could have won the war without those atomic bombs dropped, but maybe it would have taken longer.
That's the excuse, right? It's good. Iran says death to America. Duh. We got to, blow up the whole terrain. But it's not just Dave Smith, and that's the problem. This is why we've discussed it on the show, where this is the last chance. Charlie Kirk had to be taken out because he was commanding a generation or two of young people to be like, what the hell are we doing with this country? Why are we letting them steer us into all these crazy, wars of choice? Like, it's humiliating. It literally is humiliating because it doesn't align with Americans' values, which is why we constantly vote for the anti-war president, but we always get a president who starts wars.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Let's listen to this.
But the great noticing continues.
Yeah, well.
So if you want to open
I'll play this this next one right here. It looks like we got a little Rogan coming at you. Here we go. Load it up. Let's get it going.
How much influence does Israel have on our country?
Israel's controlling our government.
Israel controls us.
Israel is in control of our government.
Right.
The government of Israel controls the United States.
Israel has run American foreign policy for 30 years.
It feels like we're just owned by Israel.
Right.
We just never knew it.
Is the United States government now just taking edicts and orders from Israel?
Israel first.
Israel first.
Israel first.
Right. This really is an Israel first administration.
Israel.
AIPAC, I'm coming to tear your kingdom down.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Mamdani.
I would stay in New York City.
America first means we don't go to war on behalf of other countries.
Cut off aid to Israel.
I wouldn't send him a dime. This is my country.
We have a leadership.
Do you believe America's your country, or do you believe Israel's your country?
Act like an American, not an Israeli. What are you, a foreign agent?
I don't think we should be fighting wars on behalf of Israel.
Israel's wars are not America's wars.
How much influence does Israel?
All right. Yeah, well.
So they're all anti-Semites, by the way.
Oh, yeah. You forgot to mention that.
So I'll wrap up with just these last two because it's a nice little blast from the past. You remember that Thomas Crooks kid?
Oh, yeah. Love him. Oh, wait, he did something bad. That was Butler County.
He was in that BlackRock thing.
Yes, he was.
I mean, I still don't know exactly how that connects to everything, but that story has not gone away. So let's figure out how this makes any sense.
This looks like Petey Hegseth. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Pete. Go on, Pete.
The leader of the unit who attempted to assassinate President Trump has been hunted down and killed. Iran tried to kill President Trump, and President Trump got the last laugh. Now, this is not a mission accomplished situation. This is simply a reality check. The combination of U.S. and Israeli intelligence and combat power will control Iran, and will control it soon. The leader of the unit...
Yeah, so, I mean, which assassination attempt was it? The first, second, or is there like that third that wasn't promoted?
The first one.
I don't know.
If you remember when that happened and immediately you started hearing this is Iranian, because it all went wrong. I think they did try to kill him. I think that was the whole point.
They had to blame somebody.
The problem is that it was like the same thing with this Tyler Robinson thing. Like, your patsy it doesn't fit the part.
No,
Is Thomas Crook or whatever his name is? He's on the line with what? The Shah, not the Shah, but the mullahs
Ayatollah?
or whatever in Iran.
The Ayatollah.
The Ayatollah is on speed dial.
Yeah,
with
sure.
Thomas Crooks.
Call him up.
Yeah, call him up.
You can text with them, Snapchat with them.
Yeah, we're Snapchatting. So then let's just I'll stop and shut up after this. But that was the first assassin. The second one was all connected to Ukraine. Was in a promotional video for that, and obviously Ben Shapiro loves the war in Ukraine. So like they describe this as like, oh, we got that guy, and then think about like with Osama bin Laden. We got Osama bin Laden. We just dumped his body in the ocean, and nobody gets to see it. And by the way, we're done with this whole narrative. It's done.
Yep, over. Case closed.
Case closed.
Case closed. Time to move on. In fact, we've heard that many times before. Yes.
Case closed. Time to move on.
Here we go. And this is, speaking of, this is Tucker taking us out.
Kennedy assassination. 9/11. But let's start with the purported assassination attempts on Donald Trump. Now, why are those significant? Because yesterday, the President of the United States said, I did this. And by this, I mean killed the head of state of Iran, the Ayatollah Khamenei. He tried to kill me twice, but I got him first. It's almost a verbatim quote from the president who thinks that. He's been told that. Get it. What do we know about that? Where did that intelligence come from that proved that the government of Iran, run by the Ayatollah, this religious leader, tried to assassinate the president of the United States twice? Do we know where that came from? Oh, it came from Israel. That's where that intel came from. Well, let's see it. Why not? At this point, he's dead. Why can't we see that? Oh, sources and methods? Tough. We went to war over this. Americans are dead because of this. You can't hide behind that anymore. Show us. And maybe we'll find that there's really good intel. And it just absolutely shows that the government of Iran, run by the Ayatollah, tried to assassinate the president of the United States. That might have been a good reason for war right there. But maybe it doesn't show that. Because this country has certainly been manipulated a lot by Israeli intelligence and other foreign countries' intelligence, but certainly by Israeli intelligence. That's why we thought there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq.
Yep.
Saddam Hussein was paying the families of suicide bombers in Israel, which is bad. Not endorsing that. Israel wanted him out. Get it. Why did we do that? Because Israeli intelligence told us that he was working on chem bioweapons and a nuke.
Yep.
Totally false. We got that from Israeli intelligence. So at that point, the track record suggests, hey, and no offense to Ted Cruz or all the other dumbos who are always saying, no, we get all this actionable intelligence. It's so important. We need them so desperately. Really, let's evaluate the quality of that intelligence. And what percentage is true, what percentage is sincerely mistaken, and what percentage is designed to manipulate us into military action on their behalf. It'd be interesting to know. And until we do know, the rest of us are going to just speculate. And some of us will put brakes on our own imaginations and try not to be too dark.
There, he cuts off right there. Yeah, he nails it. Absolutely nails it. Okay.
This is why it's like Dave Rubins of the world, the Ben Shapiros of the world, they won't present the arguments and then present the counter arguments because there is none, or there are none. There's no counter argument to suggest that Tucker Carlson is wrong here. Like, I think it's fair, 100% fair, and it's more on these people to say, here's why Thomas Crooks and Iran and the assassination all make sense. Like, this is what does it. It'd be like, and this is why you have Bongino and his show plummeting despite all the hype and the ads and all that stuff. His show's going down the tank because he says Epstein killed himself, and everybody knows he's full of shit. This is why Kash Patel has that terrified deer in headlights look on his face all the time, because he knows there's a gun at his back if he says the wrong thing. I don't know what they have on him, but we know he's full of shit.
Yeah.
I'm all riled up.
I got a bunch of Lindsey Graham clips, but I'll spare
Save that for Saturday. That's great Saturday material right there.
He's good. Waking up next to Lindsey Graham, if you get that chance. I mean, most people don't wake up when you fall asleep next to that guy.
The golden shower.
Yeah, you're drowning if you wake up next to him. I do have a donation, drawbridge of donations. It's all done. It's ready. But we're going to do that on Saturday because I have a lot more people to thank than just the drawbridge because
we don't have the time.
We don't have the time right now. But I'm also going to be doing a big OBDM book giveaway. I'll be talking about that on Saturday. I'm giving away half my books pretty much. So tune in on Saturday, and I'll let you guys know how you can get free books. But until then, it's time for Gretchen and the news. Oh, wait. Yeah, wait. Here we go.
All right, go.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Pushing buttons at random, hitting things.
M-Dog's having a little problem today. Okay, C note. Thank you.
Go back to J-Bone or J-Train.
J-Bone did a great job. J-Bone did a great job.
J-Dog.
M-Dog. It only can be one dog. He's J-Bone.
J-Date or some weird stuff there. All right. Okay. Let's see. Enough of that. We were talking AI earlier. Microsoft loves AI.
Yes, they
do. Microsoft's been doing so much AI, they've garnered a nickname. Are you familiar with said nickname of what Microsoft is now
yes,
known
I do,
as?
but I don't want to reveal it right now.
Well, it's not the spoiler of the story. So
it's Microslop.
Stop slopping us.
So they've been shoehorning and slopping so much sloppity slop and the extra sloppy slops into their stuff that they've kind of garnered this term of microslop to the point where they got upset about that. And to be fair, they're walking back some of their development. And they tried to ban the word from their own internal message boards, and then it didn't quite work. So here you go.
Yes, here it is. This is a big story right here. Microsoft gets tired of microslop, bans the word on its Discord, then locks the server after backlash.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
Oh, so this is a classic butthurt maneuver where you say an opinion and you get so much backlash, and so you just delete everything. You delete your post, everything like that. Yeah. And it's no one uses Microsoft's AI Copilot. It's garbage. They know it's garbage.
Oh, no, people use it all the time because you have to.
If you work at Microsoft. Yes.
Well, or if you're somebody who lives in the office suite all day long.
Yeah, okay.
That Copilot, even if you turn it off.
We hate it.
It shows up again with updates, kind of like Google does with their their free version of Gemini that just kind of sneaks its way into all their stuff.
Yes, Microsoft's aggressive AI push in Windows 11 through 2025 brought upon themselves the title of Microslop. Unfortunately for the company, it's everywhere on social media, and there isn't a way to stop the spread unless, of course, it's their own Discord server. Microsoft's latest was first to notice that the word Microslop was actively filtered in the official Microsoft Copilot Discord server. Well, they're not using Teams; they're on Discord because that's where because people don't like Teams.
And there's that too. I mean, the Teams experience is if anybody who's not familiar with living within that ecosystem, the Teams experience is not great, and which is why, to your point, you find people running Discord or Slack or something else, even for quote-unquote official internal messaging.
The extreme backlash that Microsoft has to endure every day on social media is nothing short of extraordinary. Surely the company is responsible for this fallout as they prioritize AI more than the stability of their OS that needs to run on. It is. Microsoft 11 is horrible. I wish I never upgraded. Copilot, being the most visible face of the effort, is naturally become the scapegoat. So when a nickname like Microslop starts trending across social media, and that person who came up with it should have trademarked it right away. It was only a matter of time before it reached official channels as well. Windows' latest found that sending messages with the word Microslop inside official Copilot Discord servers immediately triggered an automated moderation response. The message does not appear publicly in the channel, and instead only the sender sees the notice stating that the content is blocked by the server because it contains a phrase deemed inappropriate. Yes, inappropriate. Okay. Microslop. All right.
Computer's broke.
Yeah, the computer broke. That's why we can't.
That's what the message should say.
Sorry, you can't say the computer's broke.
Computer's broke.
Let's see so Microsoft locks Copilot Discord server after moderation backlash escalates. Well, it started as a simple keyword filter, quickly snowballed into users deliberately testing the restriction and posting variations of the block term. Like I think they were using like the numeral 0 instead of they the internet's very clever.
They got it clever
and very clever at getting around banned words. So they started testing the restrictions, posting variations of the block term. Accounts that included microslop in their name, in their message first, got banned from messaging again. So they're just banning users. So if you joined and said one thing, you're banned. Banned. Bunch of soup Nazis over there.
No slop for you.
No slop for you. Not long after, access to parts of the server were restricted, with message histories hidden and post permissions disabled for many users. So they just didn't want anybody even with the potential for even kind of saying Microslop. So Microsoft's brand image might already be at an all-time low, and even as the company announced plans to fix Windows 11 with performance improvements and less AI, the software giant can't risk getting more hatred towards their extensive investment in Copilot, especially since Microsoft's Head Start in AI is staging to be overshadowed by its competitors like Anthropic, Google, and OpenAI. Yeah, they are trailing behind. It is just not good. And see,
Apple makes them look great, though.
Yeah. Apple really hasn't.
Apple's playing the long game, Joe.
Yeah, they are.
They plan to sit this one out and just hope they.
Well, Apple knows, I think, or they decided for the first time not to be market leaders in something because they know that this AI ultimately has to live on hardware somewhere, and they have an amazing hardware device, so they're just kind of waiting to see what happens. So that's good for them. They're not spending trillions on this. So there's an update. Microsoft says Discord lockdown was response to spam attack. Filters were temporary. Yeah, it's spam attack. Yeah.
Computers broke.
Microsoft reached out to Windows latest with an official statement noting why the company had to lock the Copilot Discord server. Okay. Do I really care? Do we really care? No. Okay. They're just stepping in it. Horrible PR.
And here's your image.
Is that the soup Nazi saying no slop for you? Yes. Can you make the soup Nazi have like a Microsoft logo? That's the only thing.
What?
Yeah,
like what, on his forehead?
Yes, he's a Nazi, so he wears the Microsoft logo like Charles Manson would. Yes, of course.
I'm not going that far.
Come on, soup Nazi.
I'll modify it, but I'm not putting tattoos on his forehead.
All right. Yeah, it's quite the backlash. Microsoft in horrible position, but they're sitting on billions. They'll be okay. Don't worry about Microsoft, people. I think they're going to be okay. Don't worry about the top leadership either. They have nice golden parachutes just in case.
I think it's Microsoft, isn't it? Yeah, they're putting Copilot buttons on their laptops and stuff now.
Oh, I haven't even seen that.
Which, if you recall, Facebook started to do with somebody, Motorola or something like that. I can't remember who it was, but it was like, you're putting this button on there. This is very much a snapshot in time. So
it's a desperate. It's like, what do we do to get people to use this thing? Give it his own button. Now,
replace the space-board with it.
Yeah, it's a desperate act.
Here's your updated image.
Okay. Whole updated image with, there we go. Perfect. Okay, an armband, a Microsoft armband. Perfect. Okay.
So demanding.
Yeah. Well,
I tried to, because Copilot was super pushy. Like, hey, it was like Clippy.
I can read your stuff, Joe.
Yeah. I can help you. It's like, all right, well then do this, and it's like, well, I can't do that.
I don't want you to do that. No.
No.
Yeah, Joe, and that's been my experience as well. I know there's some people who have found some uses of general AI services like this. With Copilot, my frustration is, look, you can read all my messages, you can see all my emails, you can look at my calendar. Okay, find the time next Tuesday when I have some availability for this meeting with these people, and let's schedule it. No, I can't do that.
It's too much.
Well, what's the point?
It's just too. You're asking it to do too much, Gretchen. One task at a time. Okay.
I think it's too much.
Yeah, it's just too much. Here we go.
Food, bacon, ham, apples.
Let's stay with some corporate talk.
We love it.
We love corporate talk.
We do.
And this one is this is an article from about 2 weeks ago or so, or maybe it's last week, on the Wall Street Journal, who has now implemented a very, very aggressive paywall. But I did finally get this one to work through archive. So here's an archive of this story because I'm not giving them money.
Leverage, reach out, circle back, the corporate jargon we hate the most.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
All right. Yes, it is. It's quite unnerving. An email arrived recently from our IT staff alerting us to a 0-day vulnerability on our devices that would require an immediate update. Yikes! What exactly did that mean? And was it as bad as it sounds? So it goes with corporate jargon, words used in business to rely on buzzwords, words used in business that rely on buzzwords or forced phrases instead of plain, concrete speech. The idea is to sound professional or strategic, but more often it just sounds unclear or silly. Yeah, I guess 0-day doesn't, I mean, if you're not, unless you're in like the security area, you really don't know what it means. So yeah, it can go over people's heads. Is that bad? Yeah, it's bad. Go ahead and fix it. Your computer's broke. Let us fix your computer, is what they should say. But bandwidth, you're not, so here's some corporate phrases that you shouldn't use anymore. Bandwidth, you're not a router, just say you're busy, pal. Change agent. Joe might be familiar with this one. Change agent is how a former colleague describes himself on resumes. So I'm a change agent.
I don't hear that one a lot.
No, you don't? What about circle back?
That one, yes.
I asked someone to do some research, and the response was, I'll check it out and I'll circle back to you.
I love these.
Yeah. And how about decision tree? As in, let's reach up into our decision tree.
I've never heard
I don't have
like that.
I got a branch. I got one decision, yes or no. That's
I got a bird's nest on my branch of my decision tree.
What about decisioning? Yes,
No.
Decisioning. It's a pointless invention to give gravitas to the notion that action or choices should follow. Example, this is a decisioning meeting, meaning that they get basically, guys.
I don't think you can use that word that way.
But they are doing it. Gretchen.
Decision.
I have to do it. Decision. Yes, it's completely unnecessary. A misplaced effort to sound more important. It's just stupid. What about deep dive? Oh yes, we like deep dive. Every time I hear someone's some C-suite type utter the dreaded deep dive, I want a response. Oh really? Not investigate, study, discern, discover, find out about, look into. You had to go with deep dive, didn't you? What about growth mindset? Growth mindset. Yes, that is a corporate jargon. Used mainly to describe an ambitious way, or it's an ambiguous way of describing ambition. It has become a useful tool for senior management to encourage junior employees to improve their performance. You need a growth mindset, Joe.
Like, this is pet peeves.
Yeah.
I'm all riled
growth
up.
mindset is a real thing. You know what I mean?
You need a
There's some
growth
people
mindset.
who are like, I've seen LinkedIn posts of people who are like, I'm a UI designer. I don't know why you think I should be determining UX or helping to write copy or doing video or content creation. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, man. Like, that sounds like a not growth mindset. It sounds like you're kind of giving up.
You got to open your mind. You got to free your mind, man.
Don't you want to have more skills? Like when you learned how to dev, it wasn't like I'm going to learn JavaScript and I'll be done.
You got to keep going. You got to keep going. JavaScript was just the first stop.
Come on, Joe. Every time you learn a new skill, it pushes something else out. So you only have so many.
There's only so much room up there.
You have 14 skills. That's it.
What about the term hard stop?
This one bugs me.
Yeah, I used to participate on a weekly call with several of my peers from different departments, all of whom I estimate were equally busy and crunched for time. The call was scheduled for 1 hour, but one person had the propensity to announce to everyone at the beginning that she had a hard stop at 2 p.m. I get this a lot. I get these hard stops. On the show. Yeah.
Full stop.
I also hate
what
full
about
stop.
hard stop and also hard out?
Full stop, period.
I also got that. I hate
full stop, period.
Yeah. Then we also have hit the ground running. We also have lean in, and also let's take it offline. Let's take.
You skip this one. Juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Oh wow, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Wow, I wasn't aware of that. So the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Okay.
The Jews know all of this.
No, the juice. The juice. Lean in. Let's take this offline. Leverage. Move the needle. I've used the move the needle.
I don't know. These are just pet peeves.
Yeah, they are. And there's a lot of pet peeves here. A lot of them. This is a great. I'm going to take this Let's Cretched, and I'm going to make the next OBDM newsletter with nothing but these phrases.
Use them all.
Yeah. We're going to unpack this. We've got to unpack this episode.
There's one down here that says probabilistic. Probable. What the hell?
We also have soup nuts, socialize. We got put a pin in that.
Soup to nuts. I use soup to nuts all the time. There used to be a hardware store in Wheeling, West Virginia, that was called Scoop to Nuts.
Whoa!
Shout out!
All right, shout out to
about
them.
30 some years ago. I may have that wrong, but they had paint on the side of their building. I remember that.
All right. Did you ever go there?
Never did.
Shout out.
Put a pin in that. I'm curious about probabilistic.
Probabilistic in the marketing world, there is probabilistic targeting of customers. It means probable, but someone had to make it sound fancy and almost impossible to pronounce. Every time I want to stop them and tell them, just say probable.
It's like the word utilize. Anytime you see the word utilize, you can replace it with the word use, which is far fewer letters. I had a professor in college who said the word utilize should be held under the water until it stops kicking.
Yeah, so when I go to the bathroom, I like to utilize toilet paper. Makes me sound like I'm not doing horrible things in there.
Well, it's also like make use of. I'm going to make use of. It's like just say
I'll make use of the toilet paper.
Oh, look at the bottom. Go all the way to the bottom.
All the way to the bottom. Here we go.
I didn't even
utilize.
I did not scan this.
You didn't
utilize. There it is.
Yeah. Right there at the bottom. Oh my God. You are a corporate robot. Thanks. Look at this shit.
Oh, let's see. We got a story about we got some poop wars going on in San Francisco.
Okay.
We got people getting microchips in Washington State. We got Jim Carrey's face melting off. Maybe.
We don't know who he is.
Let's see what else we got here. We got a story about pizza, a story about hamburgers, potato chips.
What kind of pizza story we got?
All right, get your pizza story.
You got to get some food news in here.
Oh, we got lots.
What kind of show would this be if we didn't cover AI, war, and pizza?
This is your favorite type of article. It's a listicle.
Oh, okay. And let's see here. 12 old school pizza toppings people hardly order anymore.
Oh, really?
I'd be curious to know. Hearing the word pizza brings to mind images of ooey gooey mozzarella cheese, spicy sausage, and pepperoni. However, this beloved meal has seen a revolving list of both savory and sweet toppings over the years. Yes, number one, that people just are not ordering anymore for toppings. We have sardines.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that. I remember my grandma used to order pizza, and she liked sardines. I mean, it's an old-timer thing to order. I've never had sardines on my pizza. Ain't
Never?
doing it. Never.
What about anchovies on salad or something?
Not doing it, Gretchen. It's from the ocean. I'm a land creature. Not eating it. Number 2, taco fixins. Taco fixins, yes. Taco fixins. You may love tacos and pizza, but have you ever tasted the fusion of the two? If not, you should know that during the 1980s, taco pizza was a hot trend in the culinary world. I do remember this, and
I've never heard it referred to as taco pizza, though.
I've never heard that either, but I could swear maybe Chi-Chi's offered something like this.
Even Taco Bell did. A lot of places had Mexican pizza in the 90s.
Yeah.
I was trying to gobble down a quesadilla during the break. Sorry.
Just throw it on a pizza. Eat it. Let's see here. Number 3, Caesar salad as a topping for a pizza.
Makes you want to throw up.
That just sounds awful. That sounds awful. Let's see. Number 4, smoked salmon on a pizza. That also sounds horrible.
Is that with your sardines?
Yeah, I guess they're trying to class it up by putting smoked salmon on there. The sardines for the commoners.
You're nuts, man. This all sounds good. Smoked salmon on a pizza sounds good. Anchovies on a pizza, love it.
No, anchovies are fine. I have no problem with anchovies. It's Mike who's not big on the sardines.
No, I'm not big on the sardines.
Sardines are super healthy.
Oh, yeah.
I like to eat.
I don't want it on my pizza, though. What else? So you like smoked salmon on there. What about hot dogs, Joe? Do you like hot dog slices on your pizza? Yes, a pizza top with sliced hot dog sounds like a meal made for children. In the 1970s, it was. A vintage cookbook featured a mashup of kid-friendly foods with a recipe calling for pre-made crust topped with tomato sauce, grated with cheddar cheese or mozzarella, and sliced frankfurters. So take that.
That's weird. That is something a kid would make.
It is something weird. It's like when you're like 9, you have a pizza at home, frozen pizza. It's like, what else can we put on this thing? And they have mac and cheese at number 6, which I don't see that. I mean, I can kind of see that. Seems like too much cheese at that point. Then number 7, you have anchovies, Joe's favorite, right there.
Eat it.
Like sardines, anchovies are a polarizing pizza top. Either you love them or you hate them. There's no in between. I gotta agree. It's do or die. I just can't go for it. Number 8, hamburger. Putting hamburger meat on a pizza, which I can kind of see because it can be a little crumbly at times. Maybe it's like a crushed, crumbled sausage you'd have on there. So this seems a little bit more doable to me. I'd probably order this.
I think hamburger pizza in the sense where you've got pickles and cheese and other stuff on there. I mean, you can just get ground beef on pizza, but
yeah. Or you can get number 9, spam. If you want to have a little spam on your pizza, yes, you probably are familiar with Hawaiian pizza, which is topped with ham or Canadian bacon and pineapple for a smoky, sweet, savory, or even tart flavor combination. If you're craving that next time you go to your local pizza place, you'd likely find a version of that on the menu. However, it's not likely to contain old school Hawaiian pizza toppings like the ones that were once quite popular. Spam. I didn't realize Hawaiian pizzas were originally made with spam. Interesting. Maybe that's good. I've never had spam.
You've never had spam ever?
I don't think I have. No, I don't think so. And then number 10, baked beans. Baked beans on your pizza is, I've never heard of this one.
Yeah, this is weird.
And then eggplant. Eggplant, this sounds like what they try to do in a fancy restaurant to try to class up a pizza. When they tell chefs to elevate a pizza, they put eggplant on it. It's bullshit.
Sardines and eggplant on my Caesar salad pizza.
This is bullshit. I'm not eating eggplant on my pizza.
This is bullshit.
Take it back. I want free coupons for next time I come here. And then...
Why would you be going back?
Because I got pizza, and I'll go back. Number 12, eggs. Now, I think this is a European thing, especially in France. I think they'll put like one cracked egg on a pizza.
This was a trend. Don't you remember?
No.
Like you had to put an egg on it.
No.
Was a thing. It was like 10 years ago. It was like put an egg on it. You had to put it on the burger. You had to put it on everything. They put it on tater tots.
Well, apparently, egg top pizza is a decades-long culinary tradition in Italy where a popular Bismarck pizza features marinara sauce, mozzarella cheese topped with a sunny side up egg. So, yeah, this is old school from the old country.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
In 1980s, Domino's Pizza introduced a breakfast pizza featuring an egg layered with cheese, sausage, and tomato sauce on a fluffy crust. So it's not without precedent that even big brands like Domino's can get this done. So that's good.
And I did have the enchilada, spicy chili plate, cheese enchiladas with chili con carne, large bowl of hot chili, and I went all whole hog back then. I also had their macaroni and cheese. Okay, I'm really getting hungry now.
I updated that image again because he's switching from slop to juice.
I see that. It's a little bit more of a menacing armband. This juice is worth the squeeze. Yes, it is. Yeah.
All right, let's see. We got Poop Wars. We got Jim Carrey's face. We get people getting lost during a marathon. I don't know what. And we also have people betting on World War IV. So.
I said we got to go with Poop Wars.
Right.
Not Star Wars, but Poop Wars.
I'm just so tired of all these Star Wars.
So apparently this has become a major issue in San Francisco to the point where people are setting up cameras and they're spying on each other, and it's just causing all sorts of problems.
Wow. This is a real battle. Okay. In San Francisco, they're having problems with poop. I can't believe that. Okay, let's see what we got going on right here. Oh, yes. A very serious investigation into poop disrupted... very serious investigation into poop disrupt rocking Presidio Heights. So there's some big-time conflicts going on in Presidio Heights. This is crazy.
Okay.
Something stinks in one of San Francisco's most affluent neighborhoods. Are you aware of this, Gretchen? I guess you are.
I just brought the story. How would I not be aware of it?
Okay.
The Poop Fairy.
Bags of dog poop have been appearing for months on Jackson Street in Presidio Heights. Waste bags get dropped around a cluster of temporary no parking signs peppering the block for various construction projects along the street's luxury homes. On certain streets in the neighborhood, like Soma, dodging piles of excrement, animal, human, whatever, is a mundane challenge. But in one of the city's most prosperous areas, it prompted a sternly worded public letter, heightened personal security, and a viral social media commentary that's since been deleted. Oh, I'd love to see what's going on there. Huh.
This is today's load.
Was Mark Zuckerberg getting on the horn, just going on Instagram, telling him how his neighborhood stinks because people keep crapping there? One homeowner has taken measures to the extreme, pointing surveillance cameras at the dumping ground in front of his house, and in a letter posted nearby, threatening to expose the smelly perp. So this is possibly, we have like an Akron pooper kind of situation going on here.
Thanks, Poop Fairy.
Where this is an act of violence, an act of pure vandalism. Quote, forget Epstein, forget the war with Iran, the Post said. The video, which had nearly 8,000 likes on Monday before it was taken down, showed a paper sign outside the gated property reading, your images from our security camera are now all over social media. Enjoy the attention. The homemade poster included pictures of a hooded silhouetted figure reaching down toward one of the signs, dog leash in hand. So he's just letting his dog... Oh, there it is. It looks like this guy is he squatting down to shit, and then his dog's taking a crap there. It's just like one big Armageddon of crap going on there.
Armageddon of crap.
It's crazy what's going on there, Gretchen.
I'm upset by this.
A lot of people like walking their dogs, and they're not big on cleaning up afterwards.
That is true. It is true.
The infamous serial pooper.
Yeah.
Repeatedly going to the bathroom in front yards since 2014.
It's been 11 years.
AKA doo-doo butt.
Serial defecator.
The homeowner declined to comment when approached outside the house. Why not? This is all I'd be talking about for weeks. I'd make T-shirts and just wear it around like my house gets crapped on. Which has so outside the house, which has a value of $15 million, according to Zestimate. The 2 cameras remain trained on the sign where poop bags had evidently been discarded, but there were no offending baggies in sight. The sign, meanwhile, had also been torn down. Well, if you're going to make a big, no pun intended, stink over this, step in front of the cameras and just own it up. Like, yeah, this is my house. Someone's crapping in it, throwing their bags here. I want this to be my legacy around here. I'm fighting for a clean neighborhood.
This is also how you get crap thrown at your house.
That is true.
Or the ever-popular paper bag on the doorstep, ringing the doorbell.
Yeah, that's a classic one. Tough to avoid that.
Shit!
The neighborhood drama has become too hot for even long. The neighborhood drama had become too hot for even long to discuss. I guess one of the people around there. He agreed to an interview, but then backed out and took down the video. Sounds like someone got to him. Sounds like he's getting...
Big poop got to him.
Big poop got to him. So don't talk about what we do. Quote, I don't want my neighbors to think I'm unneighborly. Oh, my God. Someone's crapping on his property, and he's afraid to offend his neighbors, that he's complaining about this? Probably because...
California?
Yes, San Francisco.
Yeah,
probably
San Francisco.
because they're going to like, oh, you're anti-homeless. You don't want people crapping on your yard.
That's it.
He later texted Tuesday that he was worried about legal action by his camera-friendly neighbors. Long posted on an Instagram story that day saying he's going to be backing off posting about his neighbor or her sign due to the unexpected attention it generated. He specifically mentioned concerns about a journalist, that's me, who interviewed his wife and that neighbors were razzing him. Quote,
it's a poop reporter.
Yeah. Suddenly, I'm the dog poop guy. And like, no, kids. I'm not the dog poop guy. You're the dog poop guy. Boy, it's a long story. They really did some investigation here.
That's right. They're going deep on this one.
So Kate...
You got to really dig this investigative journalism here.
So Kate, who lived in the neighborhood for more than 20 years and declined to share her last name, said she's frequently seen the green waste bag littering sign on her side of the street, opposite of the home with the camera and the warning. Her theory is that there's a single culprit who is protesting the noise and the inconvenience caused by the construction sites. Oh, if you remember, we covered that neighborhood Zuckerberg's in, causing a lot of disruption, a lot of chaos and noise. And this could be anti-Zuckerberg crapping going on. And she goes on to say, I don't think it's a coincidence.
By the way, just digging around here, I put a link into Carrot Shop here, which is, if it works correctly, it's the Google Maps Street View of this house.
Yeah.
So it'd be worth bringing that up.
There it is.
Note the date is 2015.
Yeah.
But if you zoom in to right below that little planter.
Yeah, I see a no dog crap sign.
That's right. Apparently this has been an issue for over 10 years.
For 10 years, this has been an issue, and it's just now being brought to light. Don't crap there. Okay. Well, we need a follow-up on this.
No, we don't.
Do we?
Oh, okay. We'll get out of here then. What the hell happened? I didn't do anything.
What's going on over there?
I don't know. Something wacky is going on with my sound. Okay, we're good. Well, thank you all for hanging out on this Wednesday show.
Blocking the Unlocking or locking?
That's locking, I think.
That sounds like a lock.
Yeah, I locked it up. I'm a truck guy now, Joe. I got a truck.
Did you buy a truck?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm a truck guy. Got a big truck, and I like trucks, and I like hot chicks and babes, too.
Yeah.
It's what you got a truck guy, you're like, oh, yeah. I got a big truck, too.
What truck did you buy?
GMC.
Okay. Used?
It was classified as used. It was 2026.
Yeah. Which GMC?
The Sierra.
Okay. That's nice.
It's nice and big. I now that like we have that, now I gotta deck it out with like a water container so I can go fill up my own water for the property, and it's easier to haul hay for the goats and all that shit. So
yeah, that's the beast of them. They got the canyon.
Did you put truck nuts on it yet?
Oh yeah. First thing I got.
Hopefully you did that at the dealer before you left.
I'm not leaving unless I get truck nuts.
I'm not test driving this without these.
It's one of those trucks where, like, when you try to open the passenger door, you have to get out of the driver's seat.
Yes.
It's like you need to literally be off of the seat in the middle of the truck to open up the passenger door for somebody to get in.
Yeah, you have to really reach. I like my big truck.
I would too, man. I got a Tacoma. It's funny to look at like old Tacomas and old Tundras. Like the old Tundras are smaller than the new Tacomas.
Oh God, yeah. It makes it small trucks. I wouldn't even consider them trucks.
Man, I like those Honda Santa Cruzes.
I like Honda trucks. I like those classic Terrace trucks we ship over to the Middle East. Those are good ones.
Those are good ones.
Yeah,
I like
solid.
We need those. The machine gun on the back.
Well, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Cratchit. Thank you, Orange Shablagoop. Come around for Saturday.
Oh, shit.
And keep watching the skis. It's World War IV.
Let's get into trouble.
Sweet potato poon. Where you thought you were going to, weren't never there. And where you are, ain't no good unless you can get away from it.
That's about all. Shablagu. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Well, now you know the rest of the story.
He pulls up in his trench coat, and there was cigarettes and bubble gum and Snickers bars and watches and just all this, it's all just hanging there. I was like, wow.